What's up everybody? Welcome to the Chemical Guys Detail Garage. Today we have this really pristine 1995 Dodge Viper in the shop, and it's got this really cool, really deep black finish, but after further inspection we saw that it has some minor scratches and swirls. So today we're going to address how to properly, one, inspect it, prevent it, and also how to remove it. Now to start off, it's got some light dust and fingerprints on there, so we're going to be using some Swift Wipe. This is a great way to remove any kind of bird droppings, water spots, dirt, debris, fingerprints, and it's just also a great alternative to using a hose, a water, things like that if you're living in an apartment. I was actually speaking to somebody today that was telling me that they don't have the option of washing their car in their driveway, and they also don't have running water. So I recommended using Swift Wipe, and they say that their car has now got a really nice shine. It's also routinely detailed, and this is what we're here for, is to help give you guys product advice. We want to have all the cars of the world look their best, so where we can help, we will. And as we're working along this Viper, I'm going to be giving you guys some helpful tips and tricks. Like one here, as you're wiping away your waterless wash or any kind of quick detail spray, basically you want to roll the towel. And what this is doing is creating a fresh edge. As you can see on this yellow microfiber towel, that we have multiple layers of dirt here rather than one long line. That means we're not grinding it into the paintwork, creating micro scratches or swirls, but rather we're just cleaning it off as safely as possible. And also routinely flip your towel. This way, again, you're getting a fresh edge, you're not spreading the dirt all over the vehicle, and also the fibers of your towel are collecting as much dirt as possible so that you're not pulling it along the surface, creating micro scratches. So having a clean, soft microfiber towel, whether you have it in your car on the go or at least one in your detailing arsenal, that's important because I've said it before and I'll say it again, having too many towels has never been a real big problem when you're detailing. You can never have enough towels actually. But having premium towels for when you're on the go, or if you are a waterless wash kind of guy, this is how you're going to prevent installing harmful paint defects or saving yourself a lot of work in the long run. Because swirls, they're very noticeable. You've seen cars that have spider webs or all kinds of imperfections, so it takes the proper precautions, and once you get the real trick of detailing, it's going to make your car look its best. This is how you avoid having to do costly repairs like paint corrections or repainting the car. Now, we're working around on this Viper, and I mentioned that you can see there's a lot of scratches and swirls in this car. That's because, one, it's black. That shows any kind of imperfection, but also the previous owner didn't really take care of it in the proper sense. It was kind of just slapped together and then taken to car washes and scrubbed around. You can see it's got the brush marks in there. So we're going to mention how to remove it. Let's go over the inspection process. You can see it has a really deep gloss, but when you're detailing a car, you want to watch out for things like bird poop, sticks, or things that you're collecting with your towel, because that creates those little scratches. So creating a lubrication barrier is going to help any kind of debris on the surface glide safely off of the paint, and this way you're not damaging the finish. So this half of the hood is looking really good. You can see it's a massive hood, so it takes quite a bit of working in straight lines and buffing off to get it looking just right. I bet you're asking yourselves, or you're asking, why am I not foaming the vehicle? And that's because the top is actually still in transport. We're waiting on that so we can actually do a full, deep foam bath. But since it doesn't have the top, for today we're going to do a waterless wash. We'll get this car looking its best. So I'm going to finish off the rest of this vehicle using Swift Wipe, and then we're going to move on to the next step in our detailing process. So I just finished using Swift Wipe to take care of the loose abrasive particles of dirt, anything that was on the surface, and also the fingerprints to, one, unveil the natural shine of this vehicle, but also so we can thoroughly inspect the paint. And now that it's clean, This vehicle is a lot worse than I thought it was going to be because there's a ton of scratches and swirls. The paint is very soft and sensitive, and there's just all kinds of organic scratches. I was watching my movements. I usually work in straight lines or at least linear motions, and the scratches are going every which way, so it's definitely going to need a polish. And also while I was working, I was using the Swift Wipe on the headlights. I use it on the wheels, on the glass, and since this is a very small vehicle, it only took about 3 towels, and the car looks a lot better. But even though it's clean, it's still not 100%. So we're going to move on with our process and decontaminate the paint using a clay bar, and then we can move on to the polishing steps, and then we're going to help protect this finish so that it can look its best for as long as it can. Alrighty guys, so after using a light clay bar, we've removed the embedded contaminants that were in the pores of the paint, giving this really slick feel. And also, whenever you're going to polish or apply coating, glaze, sealant, or wax, you want to remove any of the impurities in the paint, because should you be polishing, you're going to create little pigtails, or if you're going to apply any kind of coating, you're actually going to lock that in. So to get the best results, you decontaminate with a clay bar, and now we're ready for polishing. So I'll just grab our Torque 10 FX, which I have a white Hexlogic foam pad on, because today, since this car has fine scratches and swirls as well as very sensitive paint, we're going to be using Slick Finish. And that is a cleaner wax that has a micro abrasive that gently breaks down the paint, revealing a nice fine finish, but it's also adding a nice layer of wax to enhance that gloss and add some paint protection. So to begin, here's our Slick Finish. Just shake it up with any kind of compound or polish. You want to shake it up to mix all the product together. And we'll start up here on the pillar, just applying a few dots to our applicator pad. I'm going to do 4 dime-sized dots. That's a little smaller than the hex pattern on the pad. And I'm also going to spray it with pad conditioner. This moistens the pad to reduce friction, and it's also going to help the chemical properly break down. And if you're new to polishing, the whole idea is that the pad creates the friction, it creates the pressure and the heat to diminish a very fine layer of the clear coat, and that removes the scratches and swirls. Now, a few things, when you're using a dual action, obviously you're going to blotch it out first, and then turn the machine on the vehicle to prevent any kind of sling. As I mentioned, this car doesn't have a top, so we're going to be very careful that we don't spread any kind of polish or any kind of compound inside of the vehicle. And then also, when you're working with a Torque 10 FX or any dual action for that matter, you want to make sure the machine is perfectly flat, and also you're not applying too much pressure, because when you apply too much pressure, that creates a lot of friction, or it can stall the pad, and then you're not doing any kind of cutting or polishing, you're actually just wasting your time. So what we're going to do is we're going to start it on speed setting 1. We're going to spread this out, and then we're going to diminish it on our highest speed setting to reveal that factory finish. Wow, that's a huge transformation after just a one-step polish. The cleaner wax diminished a fine layer of the clear coat to take care of the surface scratches as well as some of those deeper ones. Obviously, you're not going to get 100% paint correction out of a one-step polish, but it looks a whole lot better than it did before. And for today, I think we're going to wrap it up with just polishing it. So if you guys want to learn more about these products, head over to our website, chemicalguides.com. If you like this Viper, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday when we finish up the rest of the polishing, and also to enhance that shine. And as always, don't forget to stop by the Detail Garage whenever you're on YouTube, see what's up, get some helpful tips. We'll see you guys next time.